first map where they really developed those extraordinary retake.
At the beginning, they kind of looked unbeatable.
Here they come into it.
We have 5 ghosts against 5 classics.
Unbreakable trip surely gets removed. No, not quite. Still.
Oh my god, the trip's still here.
We're stepping into that one. Still second. Wins that fight out. Maybe the second. Definite damage done. But Kesnet reigns supreme. Wins out that matchup.
And there's the clash between the two duelists. Both of them landing headshots.
Cross Vine with the prime. Thank you very much, mate.
The gun differential.
Thank you.
Kesnet goes back over for a heal. So player advantage. But SEN should be able to get the plant down.
And they get a good plant. Will bug slightly.
We're not set up for anything fast, no flood attempts. It is Sentinels who have to take all the risks. That's what you're seeing right now. Sassy's positioning, doubled up, not making any noise. They're straight past it. Plenty of heads, plenty of targets. But
they got wrecked here.
They
got so wrecked here. I like the play in the 3v4. They just got a little bit on.
Right click. That's a bit of a blessing, but still, Kesnet can stick this defuse with
very nice. KRU the pistol gods.
And on the board now for KRU.
Bit of a fumble at the start of the round for Sentinels Protocol dealing with that trip in mid. It's a very common trip. You're going to see both teams run it. Not 100% of the time, but pretty often. And Zekken catapulted himself into it, got into a safe position to break.
Yeah, and then the next guy
ended up walking into the same one. A nice try in the post plant, in my opinion, even though it looks a bit dodgy from Tens and Sassy. They just couldn't quite spot those heads through that tiny angle around the smoke. So KRU pick up a pistol, start to get things going.
There's been a lot of deliberation as well about meta changes, shifts away.
The dog did the dog jump over the trip?
He can play safely on top of the
guys, these trips can't be good in this match.
Somehow just chewing them all up. It's pretty evident the team's not really too interested in playing split as a map. Trying to avoid it, obviously. Can be leaving
Ivan, thank you so much. Thank you with the 2 months.
Much more time in it, you know, it's a bit of a waste to really innovate past on what we've already seen this year.
And at the same time, you get teams like this who are very confident on what they've already done earlier in the year and relying on that.
Yeah.
It is a little concerning to me.
I mean, at least it was on the eco.
Had 4 people
that much?
caught by trips on SEN's side.
Yeah, that's the thing. It is 2 for 2 in each round so far.
Klaus setting one up over towards B. This allows him to get
bonus
information over the top of Zelsa's Viper setup.
Great,
and that
trip
deployed in mid again. SEN are gonna hear that.
These kind of guns on this map pretty legit.
Have to hard commit into it. At least use
what's the pistol count?
2-1. You can use satchel. You can try to get into it with a dog or something like that, and then swing it yourself to break it. KRU putting 3 players in mid now.
Yeah, 3 players. It's a punish off the.
So Molly committed.
Yeah, that's quite nice though, isn't it? The
punish
idea
off the
of putting
trip.
a vulnerable onto somebody that would be in that corner and killing them with nade. Zekken gets it.
Yeah, takes care of the problem.
Waiting for that first defensive cycle
KRU,
of Kesnet and Shy.
maybe they stayed 5 seconds longer. They would have had a kill here.
The Viper orb goes down.
They just kind of stayed for the combo and then got out of there.
Fairly freely.
Guidog over towards A, creating pressure, and it does.
Sassy realizes now that A is fairly locked off here.
Kesnet lean heavier over towards A. Nothing followed it up. They still have the line. Kesnet goes to B now. Wait, is actually looking to right for KRU.
It's going to be an important one. Still trying to make this one feel and at least drag those players and keep them tethered over towards the
can
A side.
Kesnet get into the site with the gun?
At least get this plant down over towards the B side. Bonus round conversion potentially there. KRU still not out into the open, but
10 saved him. 10's had a really good round as well because Kesnet wanted to flood over towards the site. Holy, to help his team, but he ate the Omen flash.
Leaves it now to a 2v2. Doubled up, fades away. As the curtain drops, the stage is definitely set.
Okay. Bro, they're having so much fun right now. 5v3, and they let him run out. Spawn.
Kesnet was rewarded and denied by the Guardian in his hand. I think he got an accidental kill while he was shooting the player running away. And then couldn't land.
Yeah, not the greatest round from Sentinels.
In the most bizarre of situations. Look at some of these kills.
That's strange.
obviously throws himself in there trying to make space for his team. But this one felt like it should have been a kill, didn't work, and then this messy fight up towards heaven. Look at him. It's all smiles, all giggles on this side of the stage. It won't be on the other one.
Bro, they're cracking up every round.
You've got the best players in the world, some of the best aimers we've seen.
An early punish onto Clouds.
I mean, that's a lot better. Put them out for their aim, and this guy just pops them all.
His claim to the A side.
And what a decision for SEN to force up here.
Yeah, I mean, they've annihilated them.
Could potentially be risky, but
they're not going to expect the second person over towards middle, but like what? It's going to get one?
Looking like it.
Next.
Essentially a round win. Kesnit.
Melzer's the only player that could do anything in this round. But he'd have to be gifted some free kills here onto Tens and Celsius.
And they do want to get kills.
Surely you don't go for this. Surely you don't, but okay.
There's one.
Take the swing. You do have money in the back pocket if you are KRU.
Yeah, they've got
you are looking to damage the economy, so...
Yeah, if he can get one and save it, it's
from
great.
KRU's perspective, they'll be surprised they didn't damage the economy enough in the previous round. SEN...
This is a weird plant. They might have to go a little bit further than normal.
Spot that they felt comfortable. I think they came into this round with 2 Guardians and a ball.
Surely he gets one popped as he goes up. Is he going to go up? Oh, he can't.
Caught KRU
sleeping on the job. Second opened things up, tore his way in through A.
Now, it's one way to deal with the trips.
Yeah, just kill the Cypher outright.
Exactly.
Yeah. Klaus cannot give his life away that easily.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
I'm pretty sure he thought they were eco.
To see a player on Sentinel's side just bully their way in through A main like that.
And Melzer
is opping on defense side.
Yeah, Omen op.
That's an unusual one.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And Zekken did take a face into A main there without really, you know, too much behind it. So maybe they're hoping to punish what they just saw.
The slow siege here being played by Sentinels.
Same trip is going to cause them a bit of trouble. But we've seen KRU's protocol is to put up the orb, think about crossing Shy over towards B heaven.
Hitting a flash. Push them back away, give some space to at least break that trip, so you can see the protocols in play, the cogs are turning, and ahead to the Sentinels players.
Yeah, and both of these teams seem very comfortable around how they want to operate in these spots. And when you have 2 great teams clashing like this, sometimes it is the unexpected that tips the balance, like Zekken being able to pick up 2 in the previous round. And this unusual decision of Melzer picking up the operator.
They lose bonus on full buy. I mean, they got plant. They got plant.
First time
4 kills and lost bonus of 2,900.
Sending it. It's with the Trailblazer still locking it down.
They each got 3-2.
And now, surely for the taking, Heat is hopped up onto the angle, seeking the support, but doubled up and gone for it again. Kesnit arrives to the party, heavily late, but maybe potentially there still. With the rocket going flying, Sassy with brute force, can't make it happen.
Heat's been really good.
Tens just on 45 health. Spike is dropped in the middle of nowhere. Klaus cleans up.
And if it is the unusual that ends up turning the tide in matches like this, what could be more unusual than the Omen anchor playing over towards A with an operator down that
that's
line?
true.
That's bizarre.
And that plays into the way that SEN like to take angles. Zekken is facing there with the dog at his feet. Zekken's timing and coordination is very, very good off those Trailblazers, but it doesn't help you when there's an operator on the other side.
Zafs, thank you so much, mate. Appreciate the 2 months, dude. Thank you for the prime.
And SEN forced to hit the drawing board again.
SEN force. Zekken's got a backup Bucky.
Ready? It's got to be a quick
and that's nice. Flash. They all play anti and he swings before it pops.
Full intention of it to try and break some of those trips as well.
Dude, Sentinel's getting annihilated. I like the read from KRU here, by the way. 3 people hit early.
You saw the timing there. Tens was ready to swing off Sassy's flash. Kesnit got in front of it. Preempted that timing. Gets a kill. KRU are playing immaculately so far.
They've missed the timing here still. Celsius creeps up, will reveal a little bit of their hand.
Now, why have KRU got 4 players A ramp currently? Really, just to guide the neural theft into position.
Gives them that info, stacked up towards mid.
Where are they all going?
Full marathon sprint now, rotations abound. You see that Trailblazer spotting at least the one.
At least they're all playing together.
It's gonna be a problem. Has to be broken. Zekken pulling out. Finally, Sassy does win that fight out through.
Oh, we're going for it.
Pit here, the showstopper. Very committed.
Oh my god, we're really going for it.
The fuse. It's gonna be burned down to a crisp.
Well, he can't really face Heaven because he knows they have an arm.
Gave them the B site. How'd you play this one into the pit, Melzer?
I don't know.
Back. He's looking for the rifle. He knows it's useless. Carrying that operator into
Omen flash
the pit.
send it.
Paranoia.
Omen flash hits one.
Sweeping through. Shots are fired. It's blind luck that really stands a chance right now for KRU because they just need one to
Wow, man.
board.
Second.
Everybody topples. Everybody falls.
Fair play. Really nice. Yeah, and KRU, the whole 5 passing over towards here kind of backfires.
Thus far, I've been really
Maybe they weren't
impressed with
expecting him
the
to
way
use
the crew was
ults.
called.
They
I
actually
think
got
they've
over towards the site. Who
great
knows?
ideas on the attack side and the defense side, but I'm a
Dude,
little
and
baffled by that
now
decision
they have to
stand
eco.
4 players over towards A.
It's one of the weirdest 3v5s I've ever seen played.
Just to get a Cypher ult off and know that you've lost the B site.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. That's my bad.
Evil hard committal for the Neurofeft, or maybe just expecting, like they had a hard read that it was going to be a contact clear again, or...
I mean, even with a hard read,
re-hit.
at least put somebody on the other side of the map so that you've got some level of control.
But I wonder if it's like some, I don't know if I'm overthinking it, where it's like some weird thing where you kind of fine with them having a site, and then you want them to use some ults because you think you're still going to win the 5v3. I don't really know. I think I'm just overthinking it. I think they literally just over-rotated and then
once you open the door a crack,
messed up.
Suddenly SEN are going to slam it open with a couple big plays, a big round, an anti-eco like they've got coming up. You just can't afford to give a Masters winning roster any openings.
No.
My brain, I just think that you shouldn't. At this level, you shouldn't. That shouldn't be happening in a round.
They were expecting to potentially lose it because the timeout was queued up.
Yeah, that is a
won the
great
round,
point.
heading into it.
Shuma, I'm doing great. How you doing?
Time to stew and think about their mistakes.
Nah, Matix, I would never be the pro goal. I'll tell you, you never want to give them too much map control for it.
Having some kind of big emotional reaction.
Oh man, it's gonna fall apart, isn't it?
Oh man.
They get 2 hero guns. Kesnit's overbought.
Are all ready to buy for round 8. So KRU have not invested heavily. It's always Kesnit though, like I'm saying, like, it's like reacting out the back of one of those disappointing moments. He wears his
Someone now
heart on
gonna
his
have
sleeve.
to drop him if he
He's
dies.
the kind of player that demands respect and gives none of it in return. But just by virtue of being such a superstar,
Someone will drop him and take the hit. Yeah.
he's able to
Unless there's
create
someone
openings
who's
for his
like
team,
so fine playing the judge on
and I think
this.
he's got a real chip on his shoulder too, because of the fact that so many people have forgotten that KRU are a dangerous team, and Kesnit's a top-level player.
This team definitely build around him. Make sure to invest a lot of these guns and rifles.
Oh, man.
Second. Played spoiler in this round.
He's about to get another showstopper.
Yeah.
He's got the plant. He only needs 1 kill or a death. He just sends Zekken running
Okay,
forward.
I guess Kesnit's just going to save.
As he's about to, into heaven.
Exactly.
And either way, they have an enormous ult for round 8. That's fine. Zekken has ult.
And it's a win.
No worries
Actually a win
whatsoever,
for Sentinels, that one.
As the Sentinels are still able to convert the 4v2. And I think it would be tough to lose. Kesnit also is incentivized to try to keep a rifle online. No, he's not going to be allowed to.
Loses it.
Yeah, and he's going to see the rifle and he's going to realize this guy's coming from.
That's the thing with that investment. Melzer's got to try and save this one here. The weapon pickup. And he's going for the spam. Oh, you take this fight, Melzer? That's crazy.
That's bonkers.
Okay.
He's going to get away with it, though.
Yeah.
Sometimes the best defense is a good offense. Don't try to run away. Take the fight to 10s.
Yeah, well.
Brave, but shows that they still have that confidence at least. And that they can win those fights.
But yeah, this next round is going to be a barn burner. KRU have got their rifles back online. The defensive setup
That's
really
insane,
nicely,
by the way.
But now they've got to deal with Zekken
Hey, what?
heating up with an ult on the other side.
Yeah.
That is tough.
Question now for KRU. How do you adjust your setup? Anticipating a showstopper.
5.
It's been nice and slow at the beginning, but
Trips over
5 really might have
B.
wrecked him.
fakes a TP.
Yeah, I like this as well. It's probably going to
Big buy run for KRU. Second has ult now.
And KRU are just hoping to have a better idea of where this is going to end. The earlier you get the idea of where the showstopper's coming, the more you can avoid it.
Shy with a reposition. Curtain drops. That is a little bit messy. Still Zelsis.
Beautiful snake bite from Zelsis kept Kesnit back. Kesnit could not trade that because there was a molly at his feet.
So full control of B main. Klaus now left alone.
They found my one.
Everybody going to be quickly
Big swing.
pushing themselves into his position here. He's holding it quite far back, not exactly committed.
What do you call
Zeka
here?
hasn't had to use a showstopper.
The money's
Goes
kind
out
of
into the
good
side now,
already.
into this
He
post
could
plan.
go for a save.
Going
It's such a
towards
hard
potentially
retake.
winning the day, and as soon as he hears that util coming
Yeah,
flying
you at least
forwards,
take that.
Sassy with a flash. And the ult alone
I
is
think they're
another
gonna
sticky point.
save.
Look at it. Trepidation in the step of KRU. They don't want to overstep themselves. It has bought a little bit of time. So without having control,
Gonna go for it.
revealed up. The options are narrowing.
They're getting out of there.
What can KRU
I
do?
think it's the right
No
option.
Way, they're going for the
Nah, actually, I think, and like I'm not a
a.
massive believer in that.
Wow, that is.
I think they just had
That's
too
a
much
lot of
delay here.
respect.
Not a
lot
big
of
believer in the
respect
safe
for
here, but
Sentinels.
their money's so out of control that
Fight for
it kind of
screens or
doesn't
fight for
matter.
A ramp. That's the other thing. They just called the save while they were all still in A lobby.
Yeah.
I mean, that is huge amounts of respect. If you're not even going for retakes,
At least they got the
when
second ult,
Sen,
yeah.
you know,
It's
pops
still an
some
okay
level
score at the
of
moment. I think
post-plant
that's like the main thing for them.
Just a rocket gets popped, or they try to fight somewhere aggressively with
And
a paranoia.
with
If you're
this
gonna
as
give them
well,
that level
like,
of respect,
Are they
you're
really
just
going
not
to
gonna
get
win
any?
rounds
I mean,
against
probably
this team.
Zekun's going to get his ult because it's
It's gonna
second
be playing
again,
into
but
Sentinels' heads. They're going to be sitting in that spot, that position, wondering where are they? Where are they at?
everything is so far away. They have a good chance. They need to win this round.
Okay, well, these
Like,
guys,
all it does,
they're not
this
playing
save
with
here, is
confidence.
just mean that
Yeah,
this
and
round
look
is
at how the
just
game has shifted.
really important for KRU.
4-4. Senna right back into this.
Insta trip
And
over
almost you
towards
would say
middle
with the
again.
advantage. KRU looked like they were dominating at the beginning of this map.
mid control's been the name of the game so far.
Yeah, and I think the Klaus has done a good job of fending off Zelsis over in this side, but there's just so much pressure all over.
Satchel
Ah, that was funny.
doesn't get shot and broken, breaks up
The,
the trip into mid, so everything's really
Shy
linked
tried
up
to
with
shoot
Melzer.
the satchel
So
before
deep
it did
control play,
damage,
maybe
but he
that's
missed
pretty
it because there
much
was a smoke here.
They've broken both
So
of
they
Klaus's
create
trips,
pressure over towards
and now
mid or
Klaus
with
is
the
gonna be asked to
satchel
do
and the
the most.
smoke, and then they insta hit over towards B.
Looked up to the side, just trying to dodge this Trailblazer, just about breaks it, backs himself away. He knows the Sen have surely got position him
Whoa.
to the side. Tenzers
Bounce?
cut them up and crossed
He has
them up,
no
at least
idea
with
this
his
guy went
TP.
back sight.
Klaus want to make a go of things here. It's with
Wait,
the Sassy.
lost
All he had to do was
satchel?
direct his attention, and he won the fight out himself. Up and over, still running themselves in. Shy, unfortunate with that timing, dropping it across. The
KRU.
last 2 bullets is all it takes.
Guys.
Second. Sky is unleashed, but finally dropped down, but he's left in a 1v3.
Planted.
Here's the reload. Very little when it comes to the chances that he has available. Wrap himself around, hoping that maybe somebody's flanking, maybe somebody gives him that easy kill, but just now with a position, it's obvious.
Fell apart.
Nothing to be
It
done.
really
Yeah.
fell apart. It went, yeah, it
So
went
one of
from
the things that KRU
it
are
went
really
from
struggling
looking
with in this
unreal to
situation,
just
when Klaus backs up into CT,
It is
he waits
horrendous.
for Kesnit to connect together, and they're hoping that they can execute a big flood defense. But Sen put a pause in the round, a really odd timing of the pause.
But what was
They
even
get
the
Tens into
util
backside,
to like
and then
flood out
everyone
there?
on the attack side just holds for a moment, a bit of a pump fake, waiting to bait out something from KRU, and they do. They bait out Klaus into going slightly too
Or
aggressive.
one up, they looked insane. One bad
From
call,
KRU's
yeah.
perspective, it looks really uncoordinated. KRU's going
I wonder if
forward,
it's just all in
Kesnit's
their
kind of
heads.
baiting him. He can't get involved. But that's because, look, the Sen players are not scaling into Scythe. They're not taking space aggressively. They're waiting for that next move coming from their opponents
What?
and set up to punish it. Anticipating what KRU are going for really beautifully and not falling into their trap. Feeling each other out,
Oh, yeah,
finding
man.
that timing.
Coach
4
watching
in a row
this.
for Sen.
Yeah,
Nightmare.
4 rounds straight. Take the lead now, 5-4 in the map. Potentially the series here as well.
And I feel like when one team has the read on how the other wants to play, you're looking at star players at that point. If Sentinels are basically in KRU's heads and understanding exactly what they want to do, then KRU need to find that individual
Beast,
strength to rely on.
hello.
Kesnit's at the top of the scoreboard, as is Zekken, right? This game has been about how those star players, superstar players, clash.
You got an eco
and
as
who
well.
can create more impact on the other side. But whereas it was an early lead for Kesnit, I feel like these last few rounds have been Zekken. He got that 2.
Why did the stream start 29 minutes ago? I don't know, my Twitch keeps
since
crashing
then,
for some reason.
He's just been so sharp with
But
it.
my YouTube doesn't. So
Neither
I
of the
think it's a
duelists
Twitch
opting
thing.
into the new duelist meta of
But
running the neon
I don't
or
really.
the ISO, sticking to old reliable rays and delivering some incredible performances. And Zekken
I'll
I'll
also
just
dominated the game
I'll
against
restart
NRG
some stuff
for
my
Rays.
end for the Pacific games and
The
hope for the best.
No point switching it up. Only a few weeks left of seeing Split in play, so it's not going to be committing too much time to it. With the timeout on the other side of things, it's a half by roughly from KRU. Once more putting the rifle into Kesnit's hands. It was Shy that originally had that.
Now Sassy has been applying pressure over here, as has John.
Get a dog,
So
does
KRU
it
are
hit
gonna
the
try to
trail?
punish this player.
World made noise. Oh, he's trying to timing it across.
Yeah, but he has so much help.
Gonna be jumping on him.
Oh.
Is there any sort of follow-up?
Oh my god.
He tries to overextend.
That's unreal.
What is that?
That is unreal.
The Americans think twice about any aggressive play again.
It feels like every time Kesnit pops his ultimate,
Yeah,
someone from Sentinels is
Kesnit's
just
been
barreling towards
so
his face.
owned with his
This kid
ult.
is different.
That's the third one.
Decision making in that moment. Shy's left to do anything at all. Stand up,
Oh boy.
caught into the corner.
Oh man, poor KRU. Third rocket,
Zekken,
yeah.
magnanimous enough to allow the rest of his team to pick up that final flag and build up their
They've
own.
all had their own turns at it. Sassy was the
smiles.
first one, then
God,
Tens,
He is,
now Zekken.
if not already, going to be an all-time great in this game.
Yeah.
You can just feel it in every moment of how he plays.
You get no replay?
13
Okay.
and 8 right now, but the pace of his decision making.
This decision. Oh my god.
And then how he
good.
maneuvers in tough spots like that. It's just nuts.
There's no way.
A shining star of Sentinels last year, but now really the jewel in their crown.
Ooh,
Absolutely.
they take that second and he had it all.
Kesnit, but quickly returned with the fire.
Wait.
And an advantage still held for Sentinels.
KRU seem like they want to try to force the fight. One of the big adjustments coming out the timeout, perhaps. They wanted to force the fight over towards A. They even had a good opportunity. It's just it all went wrong. Now this time, dropping the orb and looking to try to take the fight, and Sen just had too
Yeah,
many
they made
players
a
in mid.
perfect call. KRU go to
He is
re-clear
completely
middle,
open as KRU go re-explore.
and they're gonna take
Two
so
trips,
much
though,
map
for Sen
control.
to deal with. They've only
And keep
spotted
an
the
eye on
first.
John as well.
Must have heard the other one, at least predicting it.
Yeah, I mean, it's been in the same position.
They can delay.
almost
They don't
every
even need
round
to
for Klaus.
plant.
Every time that Klaus has played B, he's
They
put a
can
trip
just
in this
delay
spot.
all
Just not going to catch them too
of
off guard.
this.
Very similar to the previous round.
Yeah, this same
Tens
pause
just
being put.
inserted, yeah, and just pausing, waiting for the response from KRU. This time they are going to contact up onto the angles, but it's exactly the same, and that's how
I mean, they are
last
checking
time that Klaus
backside.
ended up giving away his life with the trip broken. Now going to be some level of awareness. Smokes fading.
These guys make
up
sounds,
onto the high ground.
and
He's firing
here
down.
comes
The shots are
John.
raining down a bit of that lead. Up close.
There's no way they line up.
Contemplating it with the reload. Still
Oh my god, KRU,
sights
bro.
against it. 6 bullets all it
It's
takes for
gone
John
so
QC.
badly wrong
Flourish on the
after that
finish.
3v5.
I said that KRU could not allow an opportunity for Sentinels to get into this game. And you see why. Sen have run away with it.
Oh, they have.
7-4. The last time KRU got a round was round 5. Sentinels dominating the early round, the mid round, getting into post-plants, looking good there as well.
Full momentum. Sentinels. No signs of slowing down.
They still have Zekken's ult.
I think KRU need another layer to this.
Showstopper. Here for Zekken. Wants to punish to get a
Whoa,
connection.
nice, man.
And off the back wall. Splash damaged enough. Shy was no match.
And then they just follow the path of least resistance here. And again, another duel.
I mean, the confidence that he sent.
Surely this guy wins this duel though,
Off
right?
The charts. Needs to be a
Oh my
miracle.
god,
Won't
into
be
the
happening.
trays.
Pete with just one. 2 left to stand.
I actually feel sorry for him. It's been, this is
Making
one of the
noise,
most painful
surely, up
games
to
I've
heavens,
seen.
Eltis can hear this.
I've
Exchange
never
the
seen
weapons.
a flip so fast, so
This is just
convincing
the-
in a game. Like KRU were
Final player,
dominating.
You know, the backstop.
That 1-3v5 call, and they've just been
To make a
dominated.
play at this point.
It flipped so fast.
In the round, post plan can still be played here. Kisnet, full wrap around. Trying to play this crossfire up, but with the trip being broken, Tens, tension diverted. Paranoia through and around, and here is that insurance policy. Zelsis sinks it up with the rest of his team. 8-4. Pure domination again.
Apex, Team Heretic split vibes. That is actually spot on.
A lot of people going to be asking at the beginning of this stage, do SEN have that fire, that hunger, the desire to be the best again that's going to carry them to an international event, to any potential win? They're playing with it now.
Definitely are. I mean, a Sentinels team looking empowered.
God, that
Road
is
to redemption for this squad
devastating.
after missing out on Shanghai, but no signs of slowing down. Let's send it down to Liz, who's down on
The defense is normally good as well, right?
You know, I'm here sitting down with Mr. MTA himself from KRU. I know we've been talking a lot about Sentinels. We're going to bring it back towards KRU. Yes, you can clap for him. We're happy he's here. So my first question for you is, there are some KRU fans here, but a lot of very loud Sentinels fans. What is it like to be in this environment where, you know, they're screaming and they're yelling, but, you know, you're here with your fans online?
Es difícil igual porque hay muchos fans de Sentinel ya que estamos acá en Los Ángeles, pero es bonito igual ver ahí a los cabros apoyando siempre y a todas las personas que vienen acá a apoyar a KRU.
He's saying it's hard for sure because there's a lot of Sentinels fans here in LA, but it's also good to see that the small KRU crowd over there.
Yes, our small KRU crowd over there who's standing up the entire game. So I'm gonna ask you, because in your pro player opinion, were you surprised that Kesnet did not choose the Neon or the Neon didn't work?
La verdad no, o sea, lo probamos y todo, pero lo mejor para nosotros y lo que más le acomodaba al equipo era que el Kenny jugara los duelistas que siempre suele jugar.
The truth is not really. We tried it and it was just we tried a couple things and what worked out the best was for Kesnet to keep playing the Raisin, the Jet, and everything he has been playing.
That's fair. One last question for you. You know, in your pro player opinion, what would you think the conversation is right now that Adam is having with the team? Because Sentinels just kind of ran away with this half. I think the last, they were talking on the casting desk that the last round KRU got was in round 5. And put that sign down.
Yo creo que más que nada le está diciendo a los cabros que empecemos como a reaccionar, a hacer algo juntos cuando en el mid round, que siento que estamos jugando mucho retail, como que no estamos reaccionando, no estamos tomando zonas cuando ellos hacen algo, ¿cachai? Más que nada eso, que hagamos algo, un movimiento juntos en el mid round.
I think what he's telling them is to play together and also do a lot more in the mid round instead of leaving all those rounds for retake. Just play together and play together a lot more.
Well, thank you very much. Put those signs back up because we have a game to get back to, everyone. Friends, take it away.
There is a lot on the line with this match. It doesn't really feel like, you know, if either team wins, if SEN win, they're the ones on the precipice of it. They don't exactly lock up playoffs, but it is one step closer. That stepping stone.
Dude, why did they get so much louder, the crowd?
It's a vital one.
Could end up being a
2-1 for Pistols. You gotta make it 3-1.
There's no team in Americas that's guaranteed. We're not like some of the other regions that already have a top team secured for champs. SEN are looking good, but they need to win games like this to prove that it's possible.
Hit the pistol round. Slightest bit of util going to be used to just push away KRU from the angles, and they're going to leave Tens posted.
Yeah, Tens loves fighting over A ramp. I think that's been a tendency that you can look at all throughout the way that SEN have played on Split. Ever since he swapped over to Omen, he's going to potentially have a fight. Those starts backing off as KRU takes space, probably based on that wall going up.
They're gonna think Cypher's on A with his camera.
I mean, John's on the other side of the map. He does give it up. Just a jump spot, maybe making a little bit too much noise there. Knows that.
That was nice though. Left to right little gap peek to make sure he just can't get one tapped.
Is it going to be sending it forwards now into the A side? Rest of the team, bit of a tap. Heat looking for any sort of response. And look up how fast. I mean, Sentinels.
Okay. The duel on A ramp is going to be his 3A ramp.
Fast onto it now. Mel's are still holding onto this paranoia.
They're all going to go spawn. Okay, I like this though. 4-person spawn, 1-person hold.
Nice and quickly.
2-person hold.
Clearing the corners. Seeing 2. Spotting it up. Zekken could get his head ripped straight off here. potentially isolated, up and alone, and Melzer finally cleans him up, takes him out.
Yeah, that was a nice bait in the end. It's a lot down to Shy.
Time ticking. Options running dry.
Oh, it's a lot down to Kesnet, apparently.
It's pure domination. Sweep their way through into the site.
Hey, respect.
Cannot oblige.
3.
A nice pistol round from KRU. You get to see those good retake protocols still coming through from Sentinels. They take a Heaven control, go swing through over to the screens, and then start the retake. But KRU have a ramp the whole time, and Melzer's positioning is really nice. He never gets a chance to use that paranoia, which is a big piece of utility advantage for them in the post, but his positioning is just really good. He's always there to trigger some kind of A-ramp fight, and he's there on the re-push through Heaven if his team needs.
We're gonna go for the double pistol. Board an extra one in, they don't want to get eco'd.
A very different style to begin this one for the attack half from KRU, putting a lot of focus on getting A-ramp control at the beginning of the round. Whereas it felt like Sentinels were playing mostly 1-3-1s. Zelsis would take B main, John would try to pressure over towards A, and then the 3 would come up the gut. This is a contact. And good diligence to check 10s.
KRU will throw a lot of that into the mix.
Oh.
John has not been dealt with.
Oh.
Classic almost.
Oh man, when I started seeing the dinks,
Out of the cages. Surely
a little worried.
Zelsis spammed away. Will fall.
This guy's been hunted down.
Happening over here towards B as well. And this is another one of those situations where Klaus might not want to give away the fact that he came up through B Heaven. But at this point, it might just feel like he walked through mid.
Ooh, it's precise.
These classics are doing well.
They're doing so much damage.
Giving it up. Right click could have
There is an
Sassy
extra
doesn't get the
rifle
kill.
somewhere.
Making sure that they get the best possible guns into the next round. So Vandal and Bulldog saved through. Not too bad of a situation. One player on KRU still had the pistol. So they'll get together a little bit of a dangerous buy. I think SEN should already anticipate that this is heading over towards A-ramp. KRU are trying to early round condition really heavily here. It's amazing to me how good the calling has been from KRU. I know that they're behind. They could end up losing this series 2-0. But it's just amazing to see careers revitalized of people like Klaus, who's picked up the IGLing back again.
It's making some very good reads. Into the mid-round portion of things. This round right here, though, for KRU is going to be an important.
Yeah, might have to use his molly alley.
Overcome it. Elza holding onto the flash.
Nice over towards B. Skydog. Even Skydog might have been flash, I'm not sure. Either way, take over towards B, pick up the orb for Sassy.
Flash will confirm it.
And they kind of confirm that no one's here as well, so they can keep the 3+ and stack. Omen Flash is incredible. Unlucky timer with that though.
Yes, he will. Just about dodging.
Dude, it's pretty nice of your KRU here.
Spraying away with the rifles. No kills claimed.
A lot of damage. Zekan's looking for that lurk player. You're expecting KRU to have somebody in that kind of spot. We can see that that's not the case.
Finally with the plant down.
3 players on site. That's not exactly optimal, I would say. Normally you want to be looking for a place to dominate, like A-ramp or screens.
Last time KRU won that round because they had control of ramp. This time giving it up freely. Klaus, he's got a lot to do
Really
in
good
this spot.
smoke though.
Just shifting really around.
Did Klaus get anything?
Backing around these walls still. Now an off angle being played, but he's cleaned up.
Dunno.
It's methodical by Sentinels.
Time's a little bit low.
Looking to now see if they can piece it together. Out through main, hearing it from behind. Zelsis with the awareness. 1 player to stand. Melzer finally wrangling it. 4 bullets left though, and 2 players to deal with. Sticking. 10s. So got this one.
It got really close.
Yes,
It's a very nice eco. Like a really good bonus, sorry. We'll put bonus.
It's difficult to do as much as they do in the retake while still playing within that 45-second timer. You know, they're trying to do a lot of stuff all at the same time. They go down ramp, they're watching for the lurker. As Zelsis commits to the retake, he puts his wall back up so that Shy doesn't have that angle. They're also trying to make sure that they stop any kind of screens push. And all of that with less than a second on the clock towards the end. Things can go wrong kind of easily. They're just trying to make sure they're precise with it. So after a number of rounds of dominating towards A-ramp to start, KRU are now going to lean over towards B main. Sassy's playing this pretty aggressively.
Should be pretty much everyone
it's only
calm,
been
right?
Klaus here before.
3.
Trailblazer through mid, contact plays, Sassy won't be punished.
But he sees all 3 and he realizes he could be.
Getting the hell out of there. Backs away. Tens now is going to be the one to take a point in contact. As soon as he hears a bit of that util, he is in danger of being contacted.
Still not bad for KRU at the moment.
I quite like
Taking mid control already.
Up in mid. Getting him deep here. If you go and pressure over towards B Heaven, you're never worried about your flank, and if there are any rotates, Klaus can potentially pick them up.
That's nice though. 3 people staying hidden from this.
Spot, though, but still, send it with a util. Have that B Heaven control.
You get the crossfire back on the go.
Zekken is very
What is the
aware
flash
of this
like?
still. Tucks his head straight to the ground. Falling around here. It's lead raining down onto the Hell player. Zekken still. That's an awkward angle.
I
Game of
think
timings, and
they've
ends up
done good
losing it now. Only
research.
2 players left. Tens.
Think they've done
taking
good
a risk there in
research,
a
yeah.
moment, realizing he had to
Look nice.
set the advantage. KRU have that round win.
Superb setup.
They
by
were
KRU.
so confident that he
They
was
take the
here.
main control, push Sassy back away, insert Klaus. Take some
I think
mid
Sassy got a
control.
little bit unlucky with the Seekers
Insert
timing.
Shy up there. Got the
Pretty
names
much
mixed up earlier on.
just popped
But once he
Seekers
got Shy up
as
in male
they
and Klaus in
flashed
B
out.
main, then as the rest of the pack comes through B Heaven, the timing and the spacing is so tight. It's lovely. And SEN need to find those mid-round situations to
Okay,
disrupt
I mean
what they're
that's
going for.
an insane round.
They
It's
have
really
to
on.
play disruptive on defense in this meta. That's what all the top
Got
teams
2
are up to.
people.
You
They
can't
can
just
have
allow
okay
the
guns.
attacking team
Everyone
to
else is
slowly
sheriffs.
take map control and then collapse on top of you. Otherwise, you get in situations like this. Even though the crossfires are good, the attackers just have it all. They're for choice. And that's actually what MTA was talking about when Liz was saying what
Right, last time
adjustments
out
would
for
you
them.
tried to make on KRU's defensive half. He was saying don't just play everything for retake. Try to find those mid-round timings to be more active.
To the
I
first
think
map,
that's
yeah.
an example in this half where SEN didn't quite.
I mean,
find
KRU
that
have a
timing.
bit.
And now they're knocked down onto an eco.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was a great result at the half. 8-4 up for Sentinels. But we saw already on Lotus how quickly those leads can erode.
Yeah, they can turn on their heads pretty quickly.
And yes, SEN were able to fend off that comeback. That doesn't mean they always will.
Seekers, yeah. He popped the
We'll
Seekers
leave it
and
down
then
their neck.
they would stall on top of his head.
So Sentinel's going to be using this opportune time heading into the eco. What to talk about in the timeout, even further beyond as well into this next upcoming round. Obviously, it's the buy round that's going to be important for them. Maybe going to be talking about that, just missing that step, that re-clearing into the mid-rounding where they lose sight and hold of where KRU might be playing towards.
Double Stinger?
Yeah, and think about it. If they had gone for a re-clear towards B main, they could have found
Double
an easy
Stinger,
kill onto
we got
Klaus. If they went for a re-clear
double
into
Satch
mid
short.
and male, they had about
Like with Omen
15
flashing
seconds
heaven,
where they could have
sending
found
it.
a big kill onto Shy. So there are these opportunities. It's just about reading the map perfectly, which is impossible for you or I when we play ranked, but it's incredibly feasible for these top minds of the game.
His position has been cleared, but KRU.
I like this though. This was
Still a
nice
lot
and
of
chill.
contact
If the
playing
dog got
into
over towards heaven, then they were going to be ready to
playbook, really.
satchel. But I don't know who shot it on sight. I think it was Zekken.
Pretty
good.
good. Sweeps through. Zekken's now in a very, very committed position, but maybe precisely what they ordered. Stinger in his hands. Flash 2, at least for the Trailblazer. Excuse me. Spots him out.
He got the guy at the
Expectation
back
by
as
KRU.
well.
Yeah, even if Kesnet had not got those 2 kills, he still had a showstopper to clean this up, so it's not going to quite work when you raise as ult online. I do just want to point out, though, for a future round, look at this cam over towards B main. I think that might be an adjustment coming out the timeout.
I've got your trail.
Allows Sentinels to stack in this direction, but the stack
Yeah,
is
Tens
not
did
going to
pretty
work
good,
out without rifles on board.
A lot of respect shown there by KRU, just committing the Seekers into it. Making sure that they can clean
He
up
got
the
one in
round.
armor.
Yeah. Still stacking the showstopper.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe they could have got plan here. I don't
Another
think so.
massive tool for being able to deal with what Sentinels are looking
All right,
for.
this is it.
But that cam,
This is
I
a big
think,
buy run.
could
KRU's
end
money's
up
really
changing the
good,
tide
by
of
the
the
way.
game a little.
That
It's gonna
flawless,
allow you
when
good
was it, this guy?
information, and it's going to allow you to stack over towards A if KRU start with this default towards A ramp, which is the one they've gone for most of this attack half.
What are they doing? Trying to replicate the same default, but
This
actually
time
the
they're
heavy over
not
towards
looking
B.
to begin in that direction. It might feel like that.
Into Skydog?
Probably still going to apply the same level of utility over towards A.
Yeah, into
And here's where the
Skydog.
cam could end up being really important. Broken right at the beginning, though. They know that John is playing B.
Is this? They definitely have some kind of read of how they wanted to play. There were 3 people here. I think they wanted
just spot into one.
Sky to be there or something.
Klaus, who intentionally gets seen by it, makes it feel like there's just the one player here. Rest of crew now grouping up, including the Spike heading over into this direction.
They might be making a read here on the fact that John started over towards B, so in theory the trips should be on B as well. But John has left the trip for his team to play around on the A site, trying to spread that.
It's a tightrope that Zelsis has to walk in mid as well. Needs that mid-round information by peeking, but could easily be punished. We've seen it before.
Ten's looking for a fight, looking for information. This angle is often really good. You've got
but he might eat Omen Flash.
As crew commit into sight.
Does the Omen Flash hit him?
A little more to his left.
Flash is going to be seeing it, at least the trip pulling him back.
Oh, Omen Flash missed and he gets 2.
Full control, this is his territory up towards A ramp. We'll not let anybody
and then he's TP'd and they think he's still in the corner. Guys, that's a 10 round. That's a 10s round.
Shows up. With 15 seconds left, Spike dropped down. And full committal of the bodies of Sentinels. They know that they've won this round.
Zekken sprinting over to B just in case Melzer made a mad dash for the Spike and managed to ult out. That's not going to be the case here. Look at that cam again, replaced into B main.
The bad call. It wasn't really that bad. They brought camera over towards B, create some kind of pressure, and then they just wanted to hit site. Flash. If the flash hits, then they Omen Flash and just go over towards site. They just... The only thing that owned them is just the fact that John's done a trip on A and then gone towards B. Like, if that trip isn't there, then... maybe they get the kill on site. It was more just like good setup from Sentinels, really. Like the whole thing the crew did is nice. Like they have a protocol with this over towards heaven. I'm telling you, this trip was just MVP.
So they use their tag time out to get them a big round. Now they're just hoping they can.
Cypher actually built it up well. Just talking about the fact that the Cypher was B and then the trip was over towards A.
As I was mentioning, this mid-round information is really important. The meta we're shifting into, you've got to take risks if you want to give your team that info to work on. Celsius wants nothing to do with it. He's all the way back and around. Here's a re-clear. Sentinel's actually making those adjustments. So the flash didn't connect onto any available player. It is going to be heard by the crew players, but at least they're taking that position.
Looking really active here on defense side, Sentinel.
What is this?
Control, it really limits the options that Klaus has to work with as a caller. He himself is trying to take A round to mitigate that.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not allowed to compliment people anyway? That's crazy.
There's Klaus. Doesn't really orchestrate too much. Klaus knows that.
Oh my goodness.
There it is, finally spotted, removed. Rest of his team now following up right behind him, but as anchoring players.
Double trip.
Into the fray. Do you dare really step up to this challenge?
They cancel, go back. The 10s cancels his ult as well. Dude, they gotta make a call. Yeah, they're going back A.
Goes back over to B.
So a bit of a pump fake of their own by crew.
How many cages has John got?
Oh my god. John QT, surely you don't survive in this spot. This guy is still staying active.
Damn, look at this movement. That was wild.
Two drop down. He's made it so much more damn difficult with time against them.
Oh my god. That's what he did.
Wrapping around them.
Dude, no time. Oh my, that was an absolute hold. That was a hold of all holds.
What a beast, John.
Dude, that second kill, the move out, tuck in instantly and then spam him. That are committing is unreal. Oh, that was that's so fast. Yeah, was that left click, right click? They got 4 bullets off.
And he's also able to call at an elite level. But I mean, just his timing and movement and his rifling, it's all spectacular.
And certainly these big ults online, the defensive setup is going to be shifting and moving.
Right then, left.
Round here. You heard the trip is pulled back actually.
I mean, that was an insane hold.
Setting up the unbreakable one, puts it back up in place.
Yeah, that's very nicely done. And Tens is also on the B line with his operator.
So there's a lot of layers right now.
Okay, so it's the good Viper ult. Again, if you want to do this Viper ult, stand here and look into this corner.
Spots a lot of info. Doesn't want any part of it. Backs himself away, but Sassy how's he getting away with it? Repositions back.
In theory, there's a wall up there.
Position into the A site, and KRU left to really just wander.
Put a trip into the put a trip into the ult as well.
In A heaven here and threaten that you might be going through vents to B.
And this is going to be nice because once they lose A heaven, you can go over towards this bit here, and then they have to tank all the damage.
Sentinels know that they have to go into the A site here.
Yeah, because I mean, where are they meant to go? Sassy's done. Ooh, maybe not.
This time not getting away with it. John QT still there, hearing that drop.
Oh God, he did hit a bullet on him.
Impeccable game sense. Just expecting that player there. Damage done to Klaus. He's going to be able to get healed up.
It's double heal.
This post-plant positioning of the KRU players isn't ideal. Everybody's stacked up over towards the site.
But TenZ is also retaking this with an op. Unless they get given a pick right off the beginning. I could see
All for sight is a little bit worrying.
Chances, but unlikely.
Felt like their defensive positioning was immaculate, but the shots just didn't get hit. TenZ is going to send a paranoia. They're going for it.
There's a lot. Holding for the swing. Heat.
No, they're not going for it.
In the position. The Benji Fishy spot.
And they wanted to send it just for one.
Yeah.
KRU are going to be able to get out without dying to this. So yeah,
KRU did really well. I thought they were in a rough spot here.
That John was able to put on in the previous round. His teammates just couldn't quite deliver from similar spots. Sassy anchoring the same kind of area. Couldn't work around that angle as well.
Oh!
What a shot that was.
Wait, what?
Beautiful.
Yeah, that was. This is an unbelievable shot that just crept in there.
Winning that, using their own timeout.
Yeah, KRU using a timeout after winning that round. And what a difficult one it was. An operator over towards B that they'd never had any information about. A pit in mid. They were forced to go into a 3-player stack on the A site. And they just hit beauties. Annihilated Zekken, who had an incredibly hot opening to this map and is now sat at 16 and 16. So he's cooled off ever so slightly. They know, you know what? I'm not even sure they do know that there's an op on the other side. Did KRU interact with it at all?
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
I don't think they did.
It was just holding for the B hold.
Yeah.
Attempting a retake, but I don't think there was a shot fired.
No, I think he retook with the paranoia. I don't think he did anything.
You might be able to read it if you hold tab and look at the money. Maybe.
I mean, the money's been good for SEN.
Yeah.
So,
been up and down.
I think there's a decent chance here that KRU are still unaware that TenZ has an op. And TenZ is still playing it across the same line over here towards B main.
They're going to go into it.
Shy normally playing this one with quite a lot of discipline though. Unlikely
Okay, does
wandering in alone.
Celsius play like a mentalist over towards middle? Doesn't need to. He's got the tripper.
Deep orb committed
Oh God,
just
he's
so that
10
he can
HP.
potentially get through that. There's
He's
the
10
punishment side.
HP.
Celsius.
What?
Double digits of health, drop down to 10.
He's been jiggling it at the start of almost every round.
Yeah.
They've been trying to catch that shot onto him.
Almost there. Re-clear with a Trailblazer. It's very active from both of these teams. Not wasting any
Mid
time.
so fast here.
Set up now for a bit of an explosion.
If the hit goes into TenZ, he's going to be hard pressed to get
Zekken with
value
the
from
ult
this op.
too. They're going to be satcheling through and around the flash. No connection.
Whoa.
Sent it flying through. To return, John QT.
have retrieved the spike.
He just snaps. Deals with any sort of intruders. And that angle is
my God.
filthy by TenZ.
So nice.
So good.
They give me the Zekken. The Raze ult diff has been mental. Like if you actually just did a little 60-second clip of all of Kezenit's ults and all of Zekken's ults, they can't be further different. Oh mate, look at it. He keeps getting two, where Kezenit just keeps getting him and someone else killed somehow.
Their record's not great. We haven't talked about it too much because they still have so
3
many championship points. Maybe it won't end up
3
mattering this season, but only
chances.
4 and 3. They'd love to get a win here.
Little bit of
A 5 and
low
3 record.
money. Bulldog.
Much better chance of getting into playoffs and fighting for one of those top 3 spots.
That's it. It's literally just Bulldog for everything else.
Yeah, you don't want that. It's nice to have as a backup policy, but you want to fight for your own chance in the playoffs.
They're doing that thing again.
Make it there in the first step.
They have Cypher over towards B, but they give them the trip towards A.
Things for their own season. One more round will do it.
Scout destroyed.
The win in the column. 5-3 being those standings. They're up against some heavy hitters. KRU and SEN both.
Naki Token, thank you so much with the 15 months, man. Appreciate the prime.
Attempting to fake that this is like an attempt over towards B, where the rest of the crew creeping and crawling up through the angles, up through ramp, spamming away. Zelsis punished at a jump spot.
Nice shot.
Any players left to meet him? What is the call now being made for them? With the Neuro Theft, they spotted it.
And they're sending it. And maybe this is all up to 10s.
He's up for a spawn.
10's got banged
out.
out.
Drops him. Down now to just 2. John QT will not get
Does
away
that
with
peak?
it. Very committed in terms of
Okay, we'll count it down slowly. 3 into 2.
Active in the round, active in the map.
2 massive
This is the weirdest double swing. One guy from the rope. One guy from the rope peeking his head and one from the left.
He was under a lot of pressure. Like you said, he was faking over towards B heaven.
That was a really nice shot, yeah.
From the player on the bottom of the scoreboard, only Klaus's 5th kill. But a beauty onto Zelsis as he was jump spotting. You see heat there though, under enormous amounts of pressure. Paranoia being thrown at him while he was in
Patchy, thank you very much, mate.
The gap, this whole
I feel like every replay just has has a hidden, unbelievable shot in there.
They're going to need an explosive end to take us to overtime.
On the precipice. A difficult team to tangle with. John QT.
No one's that close to John.
Cam's gonna be
Oh, he sees the gun in case of...
Surely don't commit into this one still. He is cleaned up.
They nade off the info here. Nade spam left, pinger.
For SEN. Keep with the plan, gonna be pushed back. Along with that, it's gonna be the vulnerability wrapping all the way around as a flank occurring. Seekers now popped off. Sweep their way in through the site.
Yeah, and the one's going for the Viper.
To spam to. If this pit goes down, it could be brutal. KRU, it all stands on this. They're going to stand on business, land the shots. That's all it comes down to. Right now, Sentinels in control.
Skydog.
Still this plan, not down. Klaus has to commit it.
Wait, sorry.
Through and there's the connection.
Yeah, they know it both are.
Already dropped down to half HP. And it's a slow squeeze from every single angle. 10s remain a high ground
10 still has Omen Flash.
They've got a full wrap
Omen Flash is good here, so you can see him a little bit earlier in the ult.
Down to the timing, Shy, Shorty in hand. The series to bank on. Shots going wide.
Lovely, man. Ult goes down.
Oh!
It was almost incredible. 2-0. Respect. Hey, close games, look. Close games. But I will say this one, they got double pistols, so Sentinels kind of owned them.
But stage 2 splits.
What an electric finish to